Musos Corner.
Hi there, it's Patrick from Musos Corner. Really excited to have Ed from Roland in the house today. We're talking about the Boss guitar amplifiers, specifically the Nextone amplifiers, the Nextone Stage and Nextone Artist. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Yes. Ed, you mind taking us through some of the features, showing us what's going on?
Sure. So one of the key feature of the Nextone amps is that it has 4 different power amp stages, which you can switch between. So it can take you from 6L6 and 6V6 kind of American clean tones to more British sounding voicings, EL84 and EL34. Yeah.
Classics, man.
It's a pretty simple, easy to use layout, 2 channels, clean and lead. And we've also got delay and reverb in there as well. So kind of just, your really core kind of workhorse kind of feature set. But you can get a whole lot of different tones from it as well. And as with all of our other amps as well, we've got a power control setting, so you can cinch it down to, I think it's half a watt. So you can play this, from gig volumes to bedroom.
I love
easily.
that. I love that, man. I think it's pretty important to have that nowadays, right? For people performing on a stage to being in a bedroom situation. Like I live in an apartment. Like, I can't have a 50-watt amplifier, blaring at all times of the day. So that, for example, for me, I love the idea of a power control. The first thing that really drew me to it was just the clean channel. Like I love the fact that we just have one volume control and the EQ. Like that's the way I like my amp to be. I don't want to get too crazy in there, So the clean channel is really responsive, especially again, going over to this power amp selection, the American 6L6. I really, really like that. Heaps of low end, heaps like bassy, especially when you're playing with your fingers, some nice humbuckers, a little bit of low end when you're playing with thumb. I really, really like it. I thought the clean channel was really responsive.
And so you did say that you like the clean channel because it's really straightforward, just a volume control. But you do also have a little bit of options if you want to alter the tone a little bit. So there's a boost button that you can press, a clean boost. As well as a tone switch, which kind of adds just a little bit of like sparkle. So on the clean channel, it's a little bit like a bright switch. So you get a little bit more presence and a little bit more sparkle on the high end. On the lead channel, it acts as a fat switch, exactly as you said. So it gives you a little bit more mids and a little bit more gain.
I love the fact that they've thought about that. Like they've gone, well, we're going to make this amplifier and we're going to try and cram as much of it as we can, but still make it practical and still keep it simple. Like I just said, with the clean channel being one control, I love that.
And you can, the boost is foot switchable as well.
Cool.
So, it's pretty gig ready feature set.
Love that. So going over from the clean to the lead channel, do you mind telling us a little bit how this is organized? Like what's the sort of system? What do you like out of the lead channel?
What I like about the lead channel is kind of that it picks up where the clean channel leaves off. So it's not, it can get quite gainy, but you don't have to run it that way. Personally, I run the gain, maybe about 11 o'clock. and it's just, you get that the similar character to the clean channel, but just a bit more compression, a bit more grit. You know, you can dig in, play pretty dynamically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hear in some of the videos we've done so far of playing through these amps, like basically what Ed just said, you can really hear that, especially with this lovely Telecaster he's been playing over here. Really, really saturated, like bitey, heaps of sustain coming out of these things. And he's playing the 40 watt, you know, you'll hear it for yourself. They're great sounding amps. Ed, do you mind taking us through the differences between the stage and the artist amps?
Sure. So the stage is 40 watts and the artist is 80 watts.
Okay.
Obviously the stage is a little smaller box.
Yep.
So it's more portable.
Yep.
And we've got the artist, which is a little bit bigger box. So
A bit bigger.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier, but it does sound, it sounds bigger as well.
Yeah. And both have 12-inch speaker?
Yep, that's right.
Cool.
They've both got a custom tuned 12-inch speaker, which kind of helps let all the different power amp settings kind of shine through.
And yeah, like portability is a big thing, I suppose, as well, right?
So if you like grab that, it's actually, it's pretty light. You know, you can take that
That's
around to
nothing,
gigs
man.
pretty easily, yeah.
You know, most tube amplifiers, you're breaking your back nowadays, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
So feature-wise, they both have the same feature set. So they've all got the ability to change power amp settings. They've all got effects loops. Everything's foot switchable.
Yep.
So basically, it's really just, you know, the one's a bit higher wattage and a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And this one's got a fancy handle on it.
Man, the handles are definitely one of the big reasons you should buy these amps, guys. They're great. Look at this, nice and
Look how
comfortable.
nice and like leatherish it looks.
Do you mind telling us, I know we have the Katana series here, which is a huge seller. Over Christmas, we sold out of them, put it that way. I was running in and out of the storeroom trying to grab Katanas, you know, during December. The Katana series being first that I think about, then the Blues Cube, which is the Roland Blues Cube, and then moving into this, where do you kind of see that fitting into all this?
Sure. So it all actually started with Blues Cube. So Blues Cube has always been the premium kind of vintage tweed type experience.
Yeah.
So that's you know, it's based on a 6L6 kind of Bassman type platform.
Yeah.
Except, you know, less heavy, less maintenance, all that
Portable.
kind of stuff. Yeah. And you can get, you know, the cranked tweed tones at bedroom level all the way to stage level.
Yeah.
And Katana is kind of on the other side of the spectrum. You know, it's got presets, it's got heaps of different effects inside it.
You were saying before you really like all the gain options on the Katana.
Yeah, the brown channel on Katana is great. You know, it's like that. It's that 80s British rock.
He was
kind of
smiling a lot when you spoke about it before.
thing. Yeah. So Nextone kind of fits in between those.
Okay.
So it's for people who, you know, it's maybe for people who like the Blues Cube kind of vibe,
Yep.
but they want a little bit more tonal versatility or the ability to have a bit more gain
Yep.
and all that kind of thing, and have a few onboard effects without
Yeah.
having to buy pedals. But, you know, at the same time, it's also a really good pedal platform.
No, I love that. Sounds great.
Yeah, so I guess, you know, the key thing really is Nextone is in between Katana and Blues Cube in terms of tone and in terms of, you know, the usage style as well. So it's more straightforward than Katana,
Yep.
but it's a little bit more versatile than Blues Cube, which, you know, has a very specific focus.
Ed, I'm noticing there's just underneath the channel select and above the input, there's a custom button, and I'm aware there's a custom mode. Do you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the custom mode basically allows you to kind of play amp tech for yourself, you know, without getting in there with a screwdriver and kind of like zapping yourself by mistake.
Yeah.
so basically, if you hook this up to a computer and use the free editor, it kind of unlocks a lot more different tonal possibilities. So the first best kind of thing that you can do with it really is the ability to have, you know, we've got the different power amp modes.
That's right.
With the editor, you can assign a different power amp to different channels. So you can have a Fender style clean and then, you know, a British style crunch, which is kind of,
you can save these as presets.
It's not actually presets. So the kind of idea is to, you know, you go in, you make all of these changes, and then you unplug it, and then that's your amp.
That's the sound.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So you can save different sort of rigs. You know, you can have your country setup and your rock setup, but it's all just, you know, once you unplug it, that's your amp.
This has been a really big feature, I think, with a lot of the product, like the Boss and Roland products that I've seen. The Katana series we were speaking about before, I like that. That was a huge point for people coming in. They'd be asking, like, can't I plug this into a computer, right?
Yeah.
You can.
Yep. Yeah. So the great thing about these is, you know, as we talked about, you can have it as a really straightforward platform, 2 channels. Yep. But if you want more, you know, you plug it into a computer and it unlocks a whole different, you know, world of possibilities. So not only can you assign different power amp stages to different channels, you can also go in and swap out the boosts.
Okay.
So you can swap it out the clean boost for a mid boost, treble boost.
Yeah, really.
And you can even ditch the boost altogether and have a compressor, which is great for country stuff.
Fantastic.
Yep. You can swap out the delays. We've got a digital delay, we've got a tape delay, and an analog delay.
Nice.
Yeah. And you can go in and change. Each one's got a different set of parameters which you can tweak and fine tune. And same for reverb. We've got plate, spring, and hall.
Wow. So you can access all of this and then load it into the amplifier and off you go.
Yep. Yep. So you save your specific settings that you want, and then that's your custom amp. There's actually more. You can tweak the, you know, similar to a tube amp, you can go and you can tweak the sag and the bias settings.
Really?
Yeah. So you can change the response of how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, it's got a full kind of parametric EQ section as well, which you can place before or after the power amp.
Wow.
Before or after the preamp, sorry.
So basically, like, they've gone in and they've really studied how tube amps sort of, you know, work, right? And they've put it all into this custom mode, so you can go and unlock it.
Yeah, yeah, and you can go in and kind of hot rod your own amp, and then, you know, save all the settings that you like, and then you're away laughing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's actually, you know, it can be really simple, or it can be, you can sculpt your tone to no end.
Yeah, and going back to what we were saying before, like the fact that it looks so simple on the front end here, just with this single sort of band EQ kind of thing, and you're saying that you basically plug it in and there's a huge amount of options there you can go through.
Yep.
I'm impressed. So Ed, moving on to the back of the amplifier now, we've got more features yet again. And so I can see here, obviously, effect loop, line out, phones, recording out. And I want to speak to you about the USB, because you were just saying that not only does it unlock the custom mode, but it also can act as an interface.
Yep, that's right. So you can record directly to your computer via USB.
Okay.
And it's got, similar to the Katana amps, it's got a different sort of voicing feels to it. So you can have like a more live feel or a more studio feel to the recorded out.
Wow.
And in between.
And so is this in the same, like, I mean, obviously you just set it up as a interface. You don't have to do this through custom mode.
So all of that stuff is in the editor, so it's all contained in the editor. You can change it, and once you unplug it, that's the setting.
Fantastic. Again, like I was just saying, more features. Like there's too much almost here. Foot controller. I want to talk about this. So moving out into a performance sort of situation, it looks like we have a channel select, also the ability to boost, and then we can control our delay, which I imagine is a tap tempo.
It's actually delay on and off. Yep. So you can use a normal foot switch, or if you use the GAFC, you get control over the 2 different channels. You can turn your boost and delay on and off.
Perfect.
You can turn your effects loop on and off as well.
Got you.
Yep.
So, you're playing on stage, you think, oh, I'm going to play a solo now. Maybe I need a bit of delay. Off you go.
Yep.
Love it. Fantastic. And going back to what we mentioned before about the amp taking pedals really well. I noticed that there's an effect loop in there too.
Yep. So you can run, time-based effects in the loop as you would with any other amp.
Me, myself, the more delays, the better, right? That's me. Like 4 or 5 delay pedals is never enough. Cool, that's fantastic. And finally, the phone's recording out. Another big feature I'm noticing with a lot of amps nowadays is that it's almost like everyone's picked up on the fact that we don't have 1,000-watt guitar amps on big stages. We need these portable little things. And, in an apartment setting, the fact you can plug headphones in, is that right? Is that what that's for?
Yep, you definitely can. So recording out and line out give you the same sort of cab simulated sound. Except that recording out mutes the speaker.
Okay.
Yep. And line out is, if you're playing on stage and you want a clean DI signal to the front of house, that's what you'd use.
Got to keep those sound engineers happy, right?
Yep.
Love it.